What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Haven't seen you in a little bit. How's everybody? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. By the mercies of God, I'm doing fantastic. Today we have another one for you. Today is a very popular pistol. I would say one of the most popular pistols nowadays. And maybe we can do a couple comparisons here between a couple different pistols. So the main feature of this one is going to be this girl here. This is the SIG P365X macro, not the comped version, the standard version. As you can tell, this thing is optic ready. Got a couple little features on here. Actually, we'll go over it here now. I think it has the 3.7-inch barrel. Matter of fact, let me check that for you. You got your 3.7-inch barrel. You got your X-ray, what do they call them? X-ray 3-day night sights. You got, some of these come with manual safety. I'm no fan of manual safety, so I don't really care for it. I like it like this. Nowadays, modern pistols, they're so well tested and well proven, drop tested and all that good stuff. So I'm comfortable without manual safety. If you like a manual safety, no big deal. It's another layer of safety for you. I just prefer that you carry a gun, okay? So if you're not carrying a gun, do whatever you got to do to carry a gun and train with it. If you carry a manual safety, I always say not a big deal so long as you train with the manual safety, because it is one extra step. Once you come out of that draw, manual safety so you can get on target. So you got your X-ray night sights here. You got your regular. This one here also comes on the, as you guys know, sometimes I carry the 365X version. This is called the X macro. That's the exact same logo I have on mine. So a bit confusing at first, but it's the X macro. So the difference between this one and mine is mine holds 14 round. Well, it held 12 and 15. As a guy showed you, if you haven't seen the Mag Guts video, go check out the Mag Guts video where you switch out your internal spring and get more rounds. This one comes standard with a 17 round magazine. These are actually your two 17 round magazines right here. If you don't believe me, check this out. 17 rounds, like there. 17, so 17 plus 1, it's 18 rounds in a pistol this size. And when you buy it, you get 2 of these high visibility followers on top, which are always good, so you know when you got an empty chamber. I think that's highly impressive for the size of this pistol here. See that? I don't have huge hands, but 17 rounds in here, that's great. And this thing is big enough to fight, small enough to carry, which I think is huge. I did notice here, it has a bit of a extended beaver tail, which is fantastic. See, it sticks out a little more than normal. Matter of fact, let me pull out the standard 365 for you guys, the 365X, which I have here. So as you guys know, you've seen this probably in plenty of videos. This thing is very short, compact, very small. Look at the size difference here. Let me overlay this one over this one. See that? See that? And then you can get 17 rounds in there, and it's not a huge difference on the grip. So I think that's pretty impressive. And then you could even see the beaver tail slightly more pronounced on that one than mine. So that's pretty good. I like it. But as I was saying, see the same trigger? I've never been a fan of this trigger. It feels just the same on here when I dry fire it. Don't worry, it's empty. Look here. No mag. But when you dry fire it, it has that same mush. It feels like, I don't know, man, like you're throwing a rock in dirt. Just that dead thud. It's always been a fantastic trigger for shooting, but it's not a very clean trigger. Let me see if you can hear this. See that? It sounds like mine actually cleaned up a little bit. But hear this one. Just a very dead. It's not like glass breaking, like that good clean trigger that you like to get, but nothing wrong with it. Also, notice the difference here. This rail here on the front, this one has a 1913 Picatinny rail, which is pretty nice. Much longer slide here, as you can tell. I forgot the length of mine, but this one here has a 3.7-inch barrel. So this one probably has like a 3-inch barrel. Now this thing is optic ready, same way this one was, which is why I actually got this one. This thing is It's the Shield RSMC, I believe it is. Let me check here for you. Got the details here. Yeah, so it's made for the Shield RMSC, but it's really, set up for the Sig Sauer Romeo Zero Elite, which is their proprietary red dot. So that makes a lot of sense because it fits right on the slide. As I always say, I like to avoid any kind of plates, any kind of adapters. I like to keep it as low as possible on there. One, I think it's just more secure. And if you add a plate on, though plates seem to be very dependable these days. The more things you add on in between, the more points of failure you can have. So the closer I can get it to the slide, the more direct mounted I can get it, the better, in my opinion, because I like to, as I like to do with this one, I like to rack my slide with my red dot. So it has to be very secure there. I want to make sure it's always secure. Oh, Nomad guys, take it easy. Take it easy. No need to report me to YouTube. Can't do that without pulling the trigger. It also comes with changeable, as you can see here. Let me see if I can get that to you. See there? You got a pin back there. You can change out the back straps if you want it smaller, larger, whatever it is. You pull out that pin in the back. This one, as you can tell, let me get out of the way, has an M on the back there for medium. So you can switch those out. And then other than that, there's not a whole lot to it, guys. It's another 9mm pistol. What's great about this is, let me see if I can get you guys. Be right back. I'm back. So what's good about this is when you compare this to something, say like the Glock 48, which is, many of you know, this is my everyday carry here. This is my baby girl. It's the one I get down with a lot more than all the other ones. I put them back to back. You see the length on that pistol grip, and you're fitting 17 in there. That's a fantastic feature to that gun. This one fits 15 if you get the Shield Arms magazines. So I'm happy with 15. It's what the Glock 19 carries, which was my first carry gun. So 15 rounds to me is like the standard. If you can get 15 in there, that's good. To get 17 in there, that's fantastic. I don't think you can ask for any more. You should be saying thank you for that. Now, why I don't carry a SIG? These grip angles, not a fan of. Look at the difference in grip angles. Let me try to get it in there without scratching it all up. The grip angles, it's probably the main reason why I like Glock over SIG. Other than SIG will shoot you when it feels like it. Maybe not so much the 365. That's more the 320 problems. 365 had its own problems in the beginning, but they're pretty dependable now. I like 365. I can get down with 365. 320, I'm not adding one to the collection just yet. Until you can go 365 days without a work accident, there's no jobs to hire here. So, but other than that, the grip angle, and also because this grip angle, maybe I'll make a video on it one of these days. This is much easier for me to draw than this. I noticed when I had this thing in the holster, I don't have the holster for it now, but since this goes straight down, it sits much closer to the holster when it's appendix carry, which I like to do appendix carry, or 3 o'clock carry, anyone. But it sits much closer to the holster, so I have less room to get my hand in there and get a better purchase. This thing here, the holster would sit further away, so you have a lot more room to get up in there and rip that thing out of there. So this is my girl. This is why I like Glock. I can rock with Glock. It's not perfection. You got to change a million things. It's like a Honda. You get a good base model and you change everything out. Then you got something solid to work with. But yeah, that's the 365X macro. Just for comparison, since we got her here, this is the Springfield Hellcat Pro Comp. No mags, guys. We're safe to go. Take it easy. Just for comparison, there's that one. Slide length, about the same slide. Yeah. Grip length, about the same grip. So if you're getting 17 rounds in here, I mean, that's impressive. I mean, it's still a SIG, but I'm just kidding. I love you, SIGs. Not much of a huge difference with this one. I did notice while looking through here, there's not a lot of room in here. If you wanted to put gloves on or something, you don't have a lot of room in that trigger guard, say compared to the Glock. Glock doesn't have a ton much either. I guess it's just compared to this Springfield. There's a ton of room in there if you wanted to get a glove on. But yeah, there's your X macro. There you go. Put a red dot on it. You got your rail for a flashlight. It'll look fantastic. Look something like that. So great gun. Great for carry gun. I would get this thing all day. I might just get one. But it's going to be tough to take this girl out of the game. But there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Shortly, I'm going to be doing a video on how to clean these things. Maybe YouTube will like it. Maybe they won't. But just trying to get the information out to you guys on how to take this thing apart, do a quick strip, not all the way down to the bones and bits of it, but do a quick field strip, clean it. We'll see how far we get. Maybe I'll just do an extended one. You guys can watch whatever part you want. Go up to however far you want to while you're cleaning it. So yeah, that's it. Take another look at her. 365X macro, non-comp edition. That's her in all her glory. There you go, guys. Until next time, I love you. Jesus Christ is King. He's coming soon. If you don't know where you're going to go when you die, I'd say that's a pretty fearful place to stand on. So come to Christ today while you still have time. The end of the world might be far away, but every day thousands and thousands of people are dying, and the end of their world comes that day. So turn to Christ today while you still have time. If you can hear my voice, it's not too late. In Christ, there's forgiveness of sins. He died to pay the price for sin so that you and I could come to him and be saved, and he gives eternal life. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.